What y'all? See, we already got somebody in here. What's going on, D Scott? Early bird gets the worm. Yeah. So let's talk about let's have Mr. Z say I told you so a zillion times because duh. So what am I talking about today? We're talking about Brett Favre and this Mississippi scandal. For those of you that need to know some of the details, he was essentially bribing with no money. I guess that would more be a pressuring. Um, he was more pressuring his officials, I guess, his state officials in Mississippi to help him like scheme up and scam up some money from the welfare program in Mississippi to build a volleyball stadium for his daughter. I think the volleyball stadium was supposed to be some $5 million. I heard that he was bragging about spending $8 million on it. So that's the particulars. So yeah. So as the title for this video clearly states, robbing poor, because that's who Brett Favre is, robbing poor, right? Now, Mississippi is a conservative state. It is a red state. It's been a red state. We know Mississippi's history when it comes to slavery and Jim Crow and its politicians going back since slavery. Brett Favre was a overt Trump supporter. He wasn't the only one. I'm not saying that as a negative for you brothers that are Trump supporters. But yeah, so what's as Mr. Z has said before, they got it because you don't got it. And as you can see, some of us have issues with the entire concept of welfare. Some of us have problems with the welfare system. Some of us have problems with how people are allowed to play with this particular system. But as you can see, somebody's going to get that money, right? So Mississippi doesn't really want to give that money to the citizens who need it. We're not, why they need it, that's a different conversation. But instead of giving it to the people who need it, people like Brett Favre can find schemy ass ways of coming up on that money, right? Millions of dollars, not even thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but millions of dollars, right? They got it because you don't got it, clearly, right? And excuse my background, it is raining in Florida. We are getting hit by a hurricane, but I'm on the east side of Florida, so we're not necessarily getting hit by the hurricane, but the west side is, but we're gonna get all the rain, right? So excuse me guys for anything you hear in the back, the rain and all the sloshing around and all that other stuff, and the windshield wiper and whatnot. My apologies. But yeah, so clearly this is what it is. And this speaks to the video that I created a little while ago, or the live I had a little while ago, where big bank takes little bank. Somebody is going to get that money, right? Someone. And as you can see, Brett Favre, who is worth, or at least made some I heard somewhere upwards of $140 million, still found a way to scheme up some money out of the welfare program for a stadium for his daughter, right? And this is not the only time that Brett Favre has schemed up some money. He was supposed to be on a lecture tour. He scammed him out of the money for that. So Brett Favre is just a slime ball. So that's what we can deduce from these scandals, coming to light. Brett Favre is a slime ball, right? But it tends to be slime ball people that do things like this anyway, number one, obviously. Number two, our system allows for it. Yes, he had to try to find loopholes and all this other stuff, but still. In a more just system, he wouldn't have been able to do that at all. Forget the loopholes. Right? This is why I say they got it because you don't got it. Now, however your mom got on welfare, whatever issue she got with your dad, whatever, let's just, speak it in a vacuum. For people that need that, you imagine you applying for welfare and you're getting turned down, but yet the governor and different other politicians are scheming with Brett Favre to use that money for a freaking stadium, volleyball stadium, as a pet project for his daughter. Right? You imagine? But that is the society we live in, right? Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even do my intros. Man, let's do our intros. Once again, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Good morning to everyone. And we are talking about money again today and how to scam the poorest state in the country with among the poorest people in the poorest state in the country out of money because you are semi kind of tight with the governor of the poorest state in the country. Right? Scheming, scamming, scammer. Right? These are the same people that give you all the BS, pull yourself up by your bootstrap speeches and all the give me a second, you guys. On the train tracks, on the train tracks, on the train tracks. Use welfare queen as a pejorative. All of that. These are those people. I just want to be very clear with everyone. These are those people. These, and and you see this all the time. It reminds me of like those weird ass Republican or conservatives. And no, I'm not going in on the Republicans today. I'm just talking about the hypocrisy, right? The weird ass Republicans or conservatives, and then you hear that be against all the anti-LGBTQ stuff, and then you hear about them getting blowjobs from dudes in bathroom stalls. Yes, that's a thing. Right? It's the hypocrisy, right? And this is like what's allowed in this particular environment, in this system under this system that we live under. Right? This is insane, but this is the society we live in, where a famous nationwide famous football player worth $100 million at the least, who has a pet project, can pressure a governor to take the funds from the welfare system. Once again, in the poorest state in the union. 50 states, the poorest state. And even if it wasn't, the second poorest state in the union. It's not like we got 6 states, 50 states, you the poorest state in the union, and you decide, and first, before we even get into that, do these people have no shame, no guilt? These are like the most amoral people on the planet. I couldn't imagine trying to pull a stunt like this in the poorest state in the union if I was him. Right? You're worth $100+ million in the poorest state in the union. You're living like a king, and you're a middle-aged white man. And you're famous as hell. You're living like a king. Spend the money yourself on that stadium. And then put your name on it. Right? And then put your name on it. If it's that serious, right? But no. Not only are you a white privileged man, you're a rich white privileged man. A famous rich white privileged man. And in standard fashion, you're a hypocrite. These are the ones that go around the country giving those, like I said, lift yourself up by your bootstraps. If you try hard enough, you'll make it. Blah, blah, blah speeches. That's these guys. Meanwhile, stealing money from the welfare program. These are the people that, we don't like to see people, abusing the welfare system, and we don't like to see people abusing these social programs and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, once again, stealing money for the welfare program in the poorest state in the union. Mississippi so red, the Bloods wish. The Bloods wish they were as red as Mississippi is. Meanwhile, it's a state full of hypocrites. Conservative, yeah. Like I said, somebody's getting that money. Either the average person's going to get that money, the average people, the poor people in that state, or they're going to take that money and spend it on golden toilets. That's how this goes. Right? Just in case any of you were wondering, when the federal government and the state government allocate money for certain things, that money is going to get spent, or is going to sit in an account somewhere to get spent on something. Right? So it's either going to go to you in the form of a YMCA center, in the form of some new roads, in the form of some stop signs and street lights, right? And in the form of some after-school care program for your kids, in the form of some tutoring programs for the children, in the form of a new school or a new hospital, or it's going to go to these people for some golden toilets and some unneeded stadiums, or for some beautification program in the rich part of town where nobody lives except for a handful of rich people. That money is going to go somewhere. All right? And I'll read you guys' comments in a minute, right? This is the game. Remember, when you start talking about state government, depending on the state, you're talking about millions and billions of dollars. When you start talking about state government, right? $5 million. Not a little 10,000. And this is the thing, like, Mr. Z is not a welfare queen. Clearly, y'all already know, like I told y'all already, Mr. Z works 65 hours a week, right? At the least. So this is not like trying to protect people that abuse the system. But at the same time, some of the anger I see people display at a person that might be trying to chip off a little $100 here, $1,000 there on the system. Where are y'all to speak about Brett Favre? Right? Where are y'all to speak about Brett Favre? $5 million plus for a stadium, not for no extra turkey, right? Not playing Monopoly money with $200 worth of food stamps or anything like that. No, $5 million. Right? Like I said, they got it because you don't got it. You could choose one, either pyramid scheme or zero-sum game. Pyramid schemes are just a smidge better. But you decide which one this system is. Right? Once again, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. These are the type of things, to me, these are the type of things that are important to speak about, are important to investigate, because it actually affects everything. Right? Because as that wealth gap grows and people start to see more and more how wealthy people are living compared to the rest of us, and they get to pull stunts like this, right? This also reminds me of the college school scandal a few years ago, where you had people that were already rich. Let's say that again. People that were already rich still scamming the entire education process by having people take the SATs for their children, by paying coaches and stuff to lie about their children being part of this program or that program, right? By the way, if they got that seat, guess who didn't get that seat? Your son or your daughter, especially as a black person, right? That's why these things matter. This is pretty much the college school scandal again. Rich people who kids become your boss and then tell you how they had to work hard, and yeah, my parents might be rich, but they didn't just put me on easy street and blah blah blah. Meanwhile, your dad and your mom are over here paying, bribing politicians, bribing coaches, right? Paying people to take the SATs for you, paying people to lie about you being part of whatever high school program, and then you're going to be part of whatever college program. And if you Brett Favre's daughter, your father is literally pressuring governors, or pressuring a governor, better yet, I'm sorry, to allocate some money in some weird way to build a stadium just so that you can play in a $5 million plus stadium, just so you can play in your college years. This is not even some going pro type of thing. And your father has the funds where he could have paid for that himself and still be straight. But this is the game, right? This is the game, right? How do you keep money, everyone? You don't spend it, even when you got it. Even when you got it. These people are amoral as hell. They claim Christianity. Mississippi is part of the Bible Belt. They keep on claiming Christianity. They keep on claiming religion. They keep on claiming God. They think Jesus is some white hipster that rode in on a horse with some M16 strapped to his back and the American flag waving. Right? I'm sorry, I said hipster. For them, it would be a rocker. Right? Meanwhile, these people are corrupt as hell. They amoral as hell. They break every rule and every law they set forth. Rules and laws are for poor people. People too poor or too dumb not to get caught. Not connected enough to have somebody save you from your own F up. Right? That's what you see with Brett Favre. Oh, I forgot. Don't forget the white part too. People that are not white enough to get away with it. Let's make sure we add that also. Not white enough, not rich enough, not connected enough to get away with these type of things. Right? Brett Favre is that example. What he pulled here, and the fact that this wasn't the first time, he just didn't get caught the other times. Didn't we have what's the other one that they swear by? Tom Brady. Didn't we have him get caught up in the scandal with Deflategate? Didn't we also have him get caught up in the scandal with the potentially using hormones or something like that, and then kind of pretending like no, those things were coming to the house for his wife and not him? Somebody that follows the NFL, tell me whether I'm off or not, because I don't follow this type of stuff. Right? These people are liars. They're full of crap. They're full of crap. You live in the poorest state in the union. Y'all hate people. Y'all supposedly hate people, or hate that people try to abuse the welfare system or use the welfare or any of that. Right? Y'all in the Bible Belt, name them, all of that. Every single thing that we'd say about supposed conservatives and being in a red state, blah, blah, blah. Y'all check off all of that. Meanwhile, your favorite son is doing this. Practically with immunity. Right? Practically with immunity. In the poorest state in the union, and one of the most red states in the union, with one of the largest black populations. So when I say they got it because you don't got it, in Mississippi case, I mean that quite literally. Mississippi has one of the largest black populations in the union. So that welfare money literally was going to go to poor white people, yes, but poor black people also. And Brett Favre and the governor found schemy ass ways of it not going to poor black people. Right? That's the game. And these same people shame you if you do find yourself in a position where you need to use some type of social welfare, some type of economic welfare, right? Right? That's these people. Once again, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. These people are fake as hell. They're liars, they're cheats, they're frauds. They're disingenuous, they're insidious, they're cold, and they're calculated. I could just keep on throwing out words. All of them are correct, by the way. Like I said earlier, the beauty of the internet is that this doesn't become a small story. It doesn't get swept up under the rug, right? It doesn't become a small story that only people in Mississippi know about and the rest of us kind of don't know about, right? It gets swept under the rug because the governor starts pulling strings. The internet makes this story big. So even if the national media and cable news doesn't cover it, we cover it. Right? And shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm gonna try to pronounce this name correctly. Taraka Tissetti, what's going on? Longo, what's going on? D Scott, like I said, what's up, bro? But he said Brett fraud, exactly. Right? What's going on, AB? Yeah, all of that. Redfield, what's up? Tina B, what's going on? Yes, Tina B, yes, they got water issues in Mississippi. Exactly. On top of that, water issues. On top of that, water issues. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. Aquatechy, what's going on? Right? Grab Second Gear, what's up? Grab Second Gear Eddie, that's what's up. I like that name. I appreciate the car language. Right? That shit, this thing is ridiculous. So, yeah, like Tina B said, water issues, y'all telling people to boil water and everything, take showers with their mouth closed, all type of weirdo stuff. Right? And like it's interesting watching people's worldview come to its logical conclusion and then watch them become hypocrites because of it. Once again, I'm not trying to advocate for a particular political perspective. I have my own, everyone knows what Mr. Z thinks and how I come at these things, right? But look at this. One of the most conservative states in the union, red as hell, right? Brett Favre was a Trumper, and he's literally using welfare money for pet projects. Literally doing what all that crap y'all talking about in the 80s and 90s with this welfare queen thing. You literally are one Brett Favre. You literally are one. Like I said earlier, like all these what was the name of the politician from the Carolinas that went over there to the that was cheating on his wife with the Argentinian chick? Took a flight to go cheat on his wife. Wasn't he one of the main ones going at Bill Clinton in the 90s? These people are full of crap. You going in on the Bill Clinton for the Monica Lewinsky scandal, and about a decade or so later, you over here getting caught in a scandal, lying, talking about you hiking the Appalachian Trail, and really you taking a flight to Argentina to smash some Latina chick. Harambe said, they've been doing this for years. Why are you acting surprised? You know what? I gotta respect that statement. I am acting surprised. I'm not surprised. It's just annoying, the hypocrisy of the matter, right? It's the hypocrisy of it all. John Edwards back in the night. Bro, these people are so... How many times Newt Gingrich's been married? Is it Newt Gingrich that's like on his third or fourth marriage? Right? Is it Newt? I want to say it's Newt. It might be one of the other like very well-known conservative politicians, right? These people are so fake. Y'all literally are playing games with people welfare money. Right? D. Scott said Newt been married more times than me. Man, it's just... That's my issue. Harambe, it's the hypocrisy of the... And yes, I know what system we live in. And yes, I keep myself up to abreast of what's going on. Yeah, I know that's the game. I know. Right? AB Media said, yep, Republicans are completely full of shit when it comes to the welfare, and the Democrats will still find a way to lose to these knuckleheads. The Democrats don't find a way to win. The Democrats don't see a loss they don't grab onto. If there's a way to lose, the Democrats will find it. Right? If there's a way to lose, the Democrats will find it. Republicans be giving y'all all type of alley-oops. Y'all be getting them caught. They will get themselves caught up in the biggest scandals in the world, and the Democrats will still find a way to lose to them. Right? This man is literally a welfare queen, bro. D. Scott said, they've been taught winning is the new losing. For real. That's the exactly Aquateki. That's the quote I was thinking. I just couldn't get it out. Aquateki says, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Exactly. I was thinking that and I couldn't get it out, so I just kind of tried to freestyle my own thing. Right? Pathetic. Man, a whole entire welfare queen. I thought welfare queens were supposed to be black women with 37 kids and stuff. You got the middle-aged white man over here being a welfare queen. Excuse me. Rich, famous welfare queen man. Let's do that again. Rich, famous, white, connected welfare queen. Right? We almost got him, but we shot ourselves in the face instead, D. Scott says. Hysterical. For real, though. For real. Boy, hey, I'm gonna find a way to tie this to voting. Hey, black men, y'all sit on y'all hands. if the Democrats are gonna lose to governors that tie themselves up with the Brett Favres of the world, then they deserve to lose. Y'all over here scheming, using welfare money to build volleyball stadiums of all things. College volleyball stadiums. Y'all getting caught up in that scandal, and we're supposed to feel sympathy for you and go out and vote for you guys? Oh no. Oh no. We're supposed to vote for the Democrats when they can defeat governors that get caught up in these type of scandals. Yeah, no more. But guys, that's my little morning rant. Thanks for being up with me. Right? Shout out to the chat. Z's gonna try to run inside while the rain is a little less right now. It's not completely pouring down, although it is raining. And love, peace, and chicken grease, and y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Y'all pray we don't get completely flooded out and turn into Atlantis in South Florida. It could happen. It could happen. All right, you guys. Have a good rest of y'all day. Y'all go check out the rest of the Black Manosphere the rest of the day. And I will catch y'all on the next one. All right, I'll pause right there. All right, everybody. Peace.